Hello and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 384. Now today, the collectible of the day is the Toybiz Toys, Marvel Comics, animated Spiderman series, Immobilizing Arsenal, Punisher action figure. Frank Castle was a happily married ex-Marine with a storybook life. But on the day his beloved family was taken away from him, caught in the crossfire of a gangland rubout, Castle transformed into a merciless vigilante known as the Punisher. This Punisher 5-inch scale action figure is modeled off the Spider-Man animated series and released in 1995. Fully hand-painted with basic articulation, this is a true vintage figure that's absolutely packed with accessories. Comes with attachable ammo harness, knife with leg sheath, headset for communications, gun accessory with 2 real working projectiles, just load and press to fire with spring action, plus bonus collector's pin with logo, released by Toybiz Toys. Now, the comic of the day is The Spectacular Spider-Man, Volume 1, issue number 143, with a cover date of October 1988, with story by Jerry Conway, art by Sal Buscema, and cover by Sal Buscema. This issue is titled Deadline in Dallas. We open with Spider-Man returning to the Punisher's yacht to find armed guards on board. He ambushes them, demanding to know where the vigilante is. He rounds them up and learns that these men are trying to rob the yacht and have nothing to do with Punisher's disappearance. He webs the crooks up for the cops and swings away, wondering what happened to the Punisher. Little does Spider-Man know that Punisher has been brainwashed by the Arranger's minion known as the Persuader. The pair has just landed at the Dallas airport, where the Punisher is recognized by a security guard. When he tries to arrest the Punisher, the Persuader uses his mutant powers to make the guard let them go. However, this display is witnessed by a reporter who thinks this will make a great news story. As he moves on, the Persuader reminds the Punisher that they're here on business for the Kingpin. Looking at a newspaper, the Punisher sees that the mobsters, known as the Lobo Brothers, were freed after a mistrial. The Punisher responds by telling the Persuader to tell him who he needs to kill. Back in New York City, the Arranger meets with the Kingpin and goes over his current plans. He explains how he hired Tombstone to procure Ronald Raymond, a mutant with the power of persuasion. With Raymond, they brainwash the Punisher into the service to assassinate the Lobo Brothers, Texas drug dealers he fears will soon become competition on the New York scene. However, the Kingpin is not interested, reminding the Arranger that he doesn't care about his organization's day-to-day business, as he's focused all his efforts on destroying Daredevil. Secretly plotting to overthrow the Kingpin, the Arranger vows to make his employer regret his disrespect. Meanwhile, a young woman hops on a bus to Columbus, Ohio. She's been on the run since she was chased by armored men in a flying craft in Michigan. She's trying to get to New York so she can get help from Peter Parker. Unfortunately, as the bus pulls out, it's attacked by another ship of armored individuals. They're purifiers, enlisted by the High Evolutionary to capture the woman. Unfortunately, like the team before them, this woman manages to evade capture. With their pursuers gone, the woman races off into the night. Back in New York, Spider-Man has finished his search for the Punisher all night. As he swings toward a trendy bar, he thinks about how busy his life has gotten lately with the publication of his book, Webs, and subsequent book tour, as well as Mary Jane's recent kidnapping at the hands of Jonathan Caesar. Changing back into Peter Parker, the hero joins his wife just as she's turning down a group of men trying to pick her up at the bar. She assures Peter that he's got nothing to be jealous about, and they're happily married. Peter is in the middle of telling Mary Jane how he's going back to school when they catch a news report about the Punisher being sighted in Texas. Seeing this, Peter decides to go to Texas right away, much to the annoyance of Mary Jane. In Texas, the Punisher has come to Hurdling Refinery Company, a front for the Lobo brothers' illegal drug smuggling. There, he decides to set up an example by gunning down the guards and blowing up the facility. The next morning, Peter uses his press agent to give him an appearance in Texas for his book, Webs, in order to search for the Punisher. As he arrives in town, he reads about the Punisher's attack on the refinery. He asks his agent about the Lobo brothers, and learns that they appeared in Texas about a year before and quickly rose in the ranks and became big-time drug dealers in the state. Trying to secure themselves, they had just recently set themselves up in a mansion in Grapevine Lake. Soon, Peter's at the book signing and is soon able to take a break as he can change into Spider-Man and search for the Punisher. He goes to the Lobo brothers' mansion in Grapevine Lake. When he arrives, he finds out he's too late to stop the Punisher and the Persuader from forcing themselves onto the property and killing the Lobo's guards. But when the Lobo brothers mention Kingpin, it begins confusing the Punisher. Before the Punisher kills the brothers, Spider-Man leaps in to stop him. However, a stray shot manages to go off, striking Carlos Lobo in the shoulder. During the struggle, the Punisher throws Spider-Man into the Lobo's in-ground pool and attempts to drown him. During the confusion, the Lobo brothers manage to escape. Spider-Man manages to struggle free, but is later grazed by a bullet by one of Kingpin's gunmen. The web-slinger blacks out briefly to find himself at the mercy of the Punisher. However, when the Persuader orders the Punisher to kill Spider-Man, the Punisher can't take the life of an innocent and breaks free of the Persuader's mental control. The Punisher then guns down both the Persuader and his gunmen. Spider-Man is furious that the Punisher killed the Persuader, pointing out that they've lost a source of evidence to shut down the Kingpin once and for all. However, the Punisher isn't interested in Spider-Man's morality and tells the hero that he will deal with the Kingpin in his own way sometime soon. With the Punisher gone, Spider-Man also departs, intending to finish his book signing and head home. In the aftermath of the battle, the Lobos emerge from their hiding place and vow to get revenge against the Kingpin. Geek Fact: this is considered a key issue, being the first appearance of the Lobo brothers, Carlos and Eduardo. It's also the death of the Persuader. Bonus Geek Fact: the woman in this story is the clone of Gwen Stacy that was created by Miles Warren, also known as the Jackal. She will catch up with Peter in Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 8, with a cover date of November 1988. Another bonus geek fact: the Persuader was Roland Rayburn, a Wall Street trader unaware of his mutant abilities to persuade others to do as he wished. Roland was abducted by the Arranger and brainwashed into working for the Kingpin organization. The Arranger is Wilson Fisk's right-hand man. Wilson Fisk is better known as Kingpin. State-of-the-art gaming. A new fabulous technological breakthrough. Look, Ma, no wires. The Freedom Stick wireless remote control, and it's compatible with the Nintendo, Sega, Atari, and Commodore. Automatic rapid fire, plus 8-direction precision micro action. Best of all, it has the player's seal of approval. By Comerica. Ultra Games would like to shed a little light on their upcoming games. Ultra, the hottest new game generator in town, is about to unleash 3 of the most breathtaking games of all time. Take sides with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a nunchucking, karate-chopping sewer fight through the villainous, ravaged streets of New York. Then, slash past knights and rescue maidens in Defenders of the Crown, a movie-like adventure with strategy, sword fights, and nearly 30 animated screens. And finally, cruise down gnarly back alleys in Skate or Die, a knockdown, drag-out multi-event spectacular that pits you against a friend or Bionic Lester in the Jam and Joust. Get ready to see games in a whole new light this year by Ultra Games. And final geek fact: the Lobo brothers make up the head of the Lobo cartel. It was founded in the 1980s by the mutant brothers Carlos and Eduardo. The mobs of South Texas were in a brutal gang war over drugs and smuggling. They put a stop to the war and united the gangs. They expanded their operations to Dallas, and that was when the Arranger saw that they were a threat to the Kingpin's enterprise. The Lobo brothers are mutant lycanthropes and transform into humanoid wolves under a full moon. Unlike supernatural werewolves, they possess various superhuman abilities and retain their full level of intelligence and ability to speak, though the personality is more vicious and dominated by bloodlust. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for another Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. This is Cat Fan Comics Man, and I'll catch you on the flip. Over and out.